Hi guys, Daniel and John here, and back with another one of our product review videos. And as you can see, we're looking at a circular saw. It's a cordless circular saw made by DeWalt. It's the 18-volt lithium-ion version, and it takes the XR lithium-ion batteries. And the model number is DCS391 These are the features. It's the 165mm blade version. There is a slightly bigger one which gives, I think, 6 or 7mm more cutting depth, which we didn't personally think was worth buying for what we want to use it for. But we're just going to do a quick unboxing of this, and then the second part of this video will be probably in a few days' time with us using it on site. So this is what you get in the box. How much was this when we bought it?
120.
So this was 120 at the time of buying it in November 2022. It was on a special deal.
So you got your guide, everybody knows what that's for. Yeah, got your handbook.
You may want to refer to the handbook just in case of how some of the features work.
That's obviously something for a hoover to suck it all up.
So this, like most of these cordless circular saws, if you've looked around at buying one, they don't actually come with the battery. Some do, but they're a little bit more. So
this is classed as bare.
This is classed as bare. It doesn't come with a battery, and it's quite a common thing amongst these electric power tools. It comes with a blade as well. We've got quite a few DeWalt products that we've reviewed, and here is a drill driver with an XR 18-volt 4-amp hour battery, which should slip straight on that. So those batteries are compatible with drill drivers, impact drivers, circular saws, jig saws, just about anything that fits. If it has XR lithium-ion on the box, one of these will work with it.
And this is, how old is this drill?
This drill's probably a couple of years old, maybe a little bit less.
So when I was trying to find out whether my battery for my old drill would fit in there, there are a few bits about it, but clearly it definitely does. On the video you can see that. So what we went and did is, I think it's worth adding in here, these batteries, about 40
to 60 pounds each. Now,
quite expensive.
When you buy them, you might think all the batteries are the same, but they're not. If you know anything, you'll know that yes, they're 18 volt, but this particular one is 4 amp hours. You can get them in 2, but obviously that won't give you a lot of run time on your tools. Especially with something like this cordless saw, you definitely need a lot of run time. Well, as much as you can realistically get out of a bigger battery on it. I looked at some reviews already about this saw, and they do say that some guys said that it lasts around an hour, which isn't too bad. So we'll just show you what we've done.
We just want to show you something, and this probably is like, you think, surely not. So how can I get a DeWalt drill for 10 quid? It's all part of this review.
Well, it's to do with the batteries as well, isn't it?
Batteries. Yeah. So if you buy 2 batteries, the 4 amp hour on their own, which are these, it's about 100, minimum 100 quid, depending where you get them from.
40 to 60 pounds each.
Yeah. And a brand new drill and 2 batteries was 140
from Screwfix.
So I'd seen these for £64 each, and that's the price I based it on. So that's going to cost me quite a bit of money.
So what we're trying to say is, if you want more batteries for these tools, it is actually more cost effective to buy the drill, 2 batteries, which includes a charger, and you get a new drill driver, which is obviously, for us, we're going to use one for drilling and one for putting the screws in. It doesn't make sense for us just to buy 2 batteries, does it?
And you can always do with 2 drills. So this is about 5 years old.
Just the comparison. No, that's under a couple of years
old, and I don't think anything's changed really on them.
And we have looked after these batteries as well, always charge them properly.
Yeah, I mean, it's seen some
action, but yeah, we've done a lot of DIY with it.
Yeah, so if I was to buy 2 batteries, I'd end up with 2 batteries, no charger.
No charger, yeah.
So I spent another 20, well, I worked it out that it was £129 something, and this was 139 with a drill thrown in. So
for an extra, sort of around about £10 a little bit more, we've got the charger and the drill, and we've already got that drill driver with a charge and 2 batteries when we bought it a few years ago. So worth considering for sure.
The thing that concerned me was, would my DeWalt drill batteries fit the circular saw, and they do. That's handy to know. Basically,
any batteries with XR on them will lithium ion. 18 volt lithium ion XR will work with all
as long as this is 18 volt, or the thing you're buying is 18 volt, they'll all fit. So why do we go for DeWalt? Well, they're so good. We've got a corded circular saw, really good. We've got other saws,
a miter saw, we've got a drill, a couple of other bits.
But primarily the reason is, as you'll see in the rest of our videos we've got an allotment, we'll be using it on there quite a bit, so it's invaluable. That's for cutting depths and floorboards and things, or notching out.
So let's just show a few more of the features, and then, as I say, the second part of the video will be us using this thing out in the wild. So you've got the depth there, you've obviously got the angle at the front, so you can shop different angles.
There you go. So 45 degree, if you want a nice angle, you can see it would tilt over the blade in. Nice grip. Got a nice dead man switch here, so you have to press that down to make it work. So once you take your finger off, it stops.
And so a child can't just press the trigger and it comes on.
Yeah, so both. It's locked, which is quite important.
It's a good safety feature.
We've gone through the depth guide there. So if you only want to cut a little bit, goes, a little bit down instead of all the way through, you can. That's what that's basically for. And just locks off. Got an Allen key there. That'll be for the blade. To undo that and put your blade on, which is there. Just make sure you're in the right direction with it when you put it on. So there's an arrow there.
I'll show you that. There we go. 20.
And an arrow there.
The bore in the middle is 20mm for this particular model if you need to buy a new one.
So it'll be going that way. Yep. But overall, I'll say you can't go wrong with these. This is aluminium. It's not going to rust or anything like some saws do. The saw guard is plastic, so you'd want to be a bit careful with that. That comes up when you push it against some wood.
Imagine that's an ABS plastic, so it's got a fair bit of.
Yeah, it feels real comfortable when you hold. You'll have a firm grip with that. So, and to be honest, even without the battery in, it's about the same.
Put the battery in, just
same weight as same weight as my electric one, if I'm honest. And we've got one of these electric.
Your mains one. We've got a mains version of this as well.
So, and the other reason why we go with DeWalt, despite what people say, I've used them for years, is the reliability. You get a real good cut with them. They very rarely let you down, and as you can see, just look at this drill.
Well, you've got one there and you've got one there. We have actually done a review on this particular drill on the channel.
That's put up with a lot of, not abuse, it's not been abused, it's just done a lot of work. It'll clean up, might give it clean.
It's been used to do all sorts, and it's been dropped and...
Solid tools. So, because I prefer this 10 out of 10 really, they're just a solid tool. And the fact you can swap the batteries, hot swap the batteries between various
the batteries take about 100 minutes to charge.
It's a real good deal. So just to make sure that you're all aware, this new battery goes straight in from the drill. It's an old type.
Well, it's the same one, but it's just a bit more warm.
Yeah, that goes in. Yeah. So you press that down. Once you release that,
not
turns
too
off.
Noisy either, is it?
Yeah, that's a valid point.
It's not horrendous. Sounds a bit louder than just like a corded vacuum.
See what I like with that? As soon as you release that, it instantly stops.
It's a good safety feature.
Good safety feature, yeah. It really is. So,
because often they'll keep spinning,
and they're real noisy. Where that sounds like a quality.
When you use it, it keeps going around.
Motor there. Not quite sure what that's for there.
It's there's a button on the top, and what you do is you push it down, it locks off the spindle, so you can put your blade on it, then tighten it up with the Allen key.
Oh yeah, cool.
Because otherwise there's no way of actually... Yeah. There's no way of actually stopping
I can turn that at the moment,
yeah.
But if I press that down, it'll lock in a minute. There you can't.
And I believe from experience, that nut on there will actually tighten up the way the arrow is to keep it tight, like things on cars, etc.
Yeah.
So okay, guys. So we don't want to go on too much about this, but we'll see you in part 2. Hi guys, welcome back to the second part of the DeWalt Cordless circular saw. It's a few days later, and we're just going to do some wood cutting with it.
Yeah.
Just to show you what it's like. We've got to cut some pallets for our allotment, so we're going to make some raised beds.
Raised beds, basically. Ideally, the pallets you want are these with a stamp on it. You see there, HT. That means heat treated. There's no chemicals on these if you can use them on allotments. And what we don't want to be doing is a load of sort of pulling nails out and things, so we're just going to cut so we can take the wood in a piece and build them from there. You'll see what I mean. Anyway, we're basically checking this out.
Let's look at how this saw cuts on this type of wood.
So the battery slides in. Already says these saws will take any X-line battery. Safety there, we've done another video, so let's just see how it cuts. So I'm just going to run
this way.
So there's a little knot there where you can line it up. I can see where approximately I want to go is there. Let's see how well this cuts. First time of use. Well, I've got to say, there's the cut, and that was as smooth as anything. That really clean.
Yeah, really clean cut.
Yeah, real smooth cut, which is good. So we'll do the other one.
I'll just come from the other side a minute.
When you're using your saw, a circular saw, always start it up first and get it running. That's fairly, but it is what you'd expect from DeWalt. So, haven't had their tools for a number of years. So start your saw up first, back a bit. What I do like with this is that in there you can see quite clearly where you're cutting. There's a gap there. Normally it's like a solid piece, so that's really useful, especially in situations like this. So you can see we've cut that with absolute ease. Let's just lock that off.
Because it had a bit of weight on it, wasn't it?
Yeah, I was struggling a little bit. I think I just caught the edge, the edge there, to be honest. Right, guys, as you can see, it's done really well.
Works pretty well. The blade, the included blade of it is pretty.
There's some power behind this, and there's always a question: would I recommend this? Yeah, I definitely would.
Better than doing hand saw.
So this saw was about £109. We did have a couple of old batteries, drills, a drill, but the amount of money it's going to save us, it's not a bad investment because wood is so expensive these days. If you look at one of those pallet collars, they're 20 quid each. So if you've got battery powered tools on your allotment, because there's never any power, it's a good investment.
We're using these because we've got an allotment and for home stuff, but obviously you've got your own uses for it, depending on what you're doing.
So that's our use. But anyway, thanks for watching, and I hope it helps you decide whether to buy one of these lovely saws.
Thanks for watching.